could not. So you guys, I'm so excited to have Heather come on tonight and just do like a very impromptu team call for us. And I know that a lot of you guys do know who Heather is, because if you follow me, I'm always talking about her, always talking about her work and the podcast. And I know a lot of you guys do listen to her podcast as well. If you don't, make sure that you go ahead and download Mom is in Control podcast and follow her on Instagram and just like really absorb all of her stuff, because, I always say that like joining this business has completely transformed my life. But the other thing that has completely transformed my life is when I decided to start working with Heather, like over 2 years ago. I've done several coaching programs with her, and it's just, she's completely changed so many aspects of my business, my parenting, my marriage, like every area of my life. So I just believe in her work and what she stands for so much. So, I'm excited you guys are here and you're going to get to absorb a little bit of Heather tonight. And she's just going to talk. I'm just going to let her just start talking, and you can just go for it. It's all yours.
You'll get like the 80% Heather, because it's been a long day. So you'll actually be like, oh, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Poor little Megan, when I get her one-on-one, she gets scared. So thank you. I'm excited to be here. And this is what I love about like the Beachbody community, because you are all into health and fitness, right? That's the whole reason why you are here. And oftentimes we forget that there's multiple aspects of health and fitness, right? We have our mental fitness, our emotional fitness. If there's like a spiritual fitness, meaning like something bigger than us, which helps us connect to like our why and our physical bodies. So I love, even though I was going to say relentlessly, but it's more of reluctantly work out. I had to find my way, and what that did for me. And food, I have found so much, quote unquote, in control, regaining control of my life through that. But I came into this work through social work and mindfulness and meditation. So a lot of what I do and help people with is the emotional aspect and the confidence and what is going on in our mind. And I think mindset is so huge when we want to live our best life. So I would love to hear from some of you just in the chat box below around, I know Megan advertised this as like courage, right? So I have this program coming up. It's called The Courageous Rewrite, and I've been talking about it forever. So those of you, well, not forever, but the last week or so, those of you who've been listening to the podcast or watching me, I've been talking about what it means to live your courageous life. And this isn't, to me, this is not a trendy like saying. It's not like live your best courageous life. Like right now, I am tired. I want to go to bed. Like legit after this call, I'm probably putting my pajamas on, curling up in a ball, but understanding that like fatigue is okay when you know you've been like pumping your passion out all day, right? And this is not a constant for me. This is just, it's launch week. So it's like a little extra push. But here's the thing, if we're not living in alignment, our fatigue can come from other places. Our fatigue can come from emotional exhaustion. It can come from burnout. It can come from really unhealthy places. So when I'm working with women and I ask them, what do you want? Like, what is that you want? You can write down all day long. Like, you know what you want. You know what you want, or you know what you don't want, right? So I said, if you've been listening to me, there's a journal prompt that I have used, and it's called, wouldn't it be nice if? You can write pages and pages and pages of what you want and how you want to feel. But what gets you from here and what gets you from there takes courage. Like that is my sweet spot. And I know there's a few ladies on this call. I can see familiar faces who have like, hello. I'm like, I'll just say hello. Who, sent me these messages like, I'm doing the work, I'm doing the work, I'm doing the work. And then when it gets down to the wire, we have to really ask ourselves, what is holding me back from becoming that woman that I truly want to step into? And you will say, I hear it all. My children, finances, time, energy, money, and I get it. Sometimes we can't do everything that we want to do right now in this moment. I would like to go into, I'm thinking like belief cycling. What do you think about that, Megan?
Yeah, I
Okay.
love that.
What do you, since you know these ladies, what is the, like, I want to hear from everybody. I want to hear in the chat box, like, why are you here? What are you determined to create in the last quarter of 2020? You have 3 months left. What are you going to do? Like, post in the chat below.
And I think, like, as far as belief, and I'm not speaking for everyone, but I think I am speaking for some people. There's like a lack of belief in themselves and that they can actually do what it takes to see success in this business. They see other people doing it, but there might be something that's inside of them saying, yeah, but not me. I can't actually do that. And maybe I'm wrong. But if anybody does feel that way, maybe just throw that in the chat.
Okay, so I'm going to read some of these. Finding my own fire again, helping my coaches find theirs too. I have felt burnt out the last couple weeks and I'm ready to find that passion again. Yes, I do. Absolutely. That's how I feel. Awesome. So I'm hearing a lot of like belief in themselves, right? Wish I had another light around me, but I don't. Let's see. We're okay. Let's just, maybe I'll take my glass off. No, can't see anything. Okay. Okay. We're done with the struggle. No more struggle. Okay. We're not struggling. We're not pushing. I want to discover myself. Who am I? What am I made of? You got to get gritty. Grit is not hustle. Okay. Grit is not hustle. I'm actually going to show you. Let's see what happens. I was going to say, if I flip this over, I'm going to show you how we actually sabotage ourselves. I'm like so tech savvy. Look at this. Look at this, Megan. Woo. Okay. Look at that. All right. This is why we sabotage. And just post it there if you have any aha moments as I'm talking about this, okay? So here you are. And we are specifically going to talk about building your Beachbody team, okay? Building your business. If there's a part of you that's like, I don't want to, you need to honor that. You need to honor that. If there's something inside of you that there's like what I did not coin this term, but like a core desired feeling, right? There's something inside of the community that brings you joy or lights you up. Maybe it's the community aspect. Maybe it is the fitness aspect. There's something that keeps you coming back. Pay attention to what keeps you coming back. But if there's a part of you that is like not all in, sometimes I talk to people, not necessarily within this community, but other communities, and they're like, it's just not working for me. It may not be 100% in alignment for you. Maybe you just need to take the pressure off yourself and utilize the community as you want to utilize it, right? The fear of disappointment or people pleasing, like, oh, I should do this. I should do this. Let go what is no longer working for you and utilize it as you best see fit. So I'm sure Megan's like, screw you, Heather. You just told everybody to stop working the business. I'm just kidding. But here's the thing. Stop doing what does not bring you joy. And what I often see is that people almost choke. It is 7 p.m. Choke the joy out of their passion and what brings them joy, because we have a belief that this is supposed to be hard. So then you make it hard and then you've lost your fire, you've burnt yourself out. But if there's a part of you that's like, I want to make a bigger impact, I want to help women, I want to be all in. I've seen some of you writing in here, my team, my team, my team, but you're the leader of your team. So if you are not stepping up to the plate, they are not going to step up to the plate, because like attracts like. So if you're hiding, you know, and this woman is looking for a mentor and she's like, I need to get out of my own way, and you're over there hiding, who do you think she's going to be attracted to? She's going to be attracted to the person that's investing in themselves, the person that's taking courageous action, the woman that's like, I'm conquering my fears, I'm looking my discomfort in the face. She's not going to be the one that's like in, out, I've seen it. Every time I hire a mentor, what do? I look for the person that I want to become. I'm like, what is the magic about this woman? Like, she's so consistent. She has her down days. Like, she talks about it publicly, but she's not like, she's wobbly, but she's grounded, right? Like, we can waver a little bit. Like, they can be human, but how does she persevere? Like, how did she keep going up and up and up and up? And she doesn't look like she's burning out, because FYI, you could pretend you're not burning out. Eventually, you're going to be writing a memoir on burnout. I see it over and over again with online influencers. They're like, oh, look at me, I made millions of dollars. And then a year later, it's like, how not to kill yourself while making $1 million. The point is, allow yourself to feel good. You can get there. Okay? I'm helping Megan do that. I've helped her do that already. Here's the thing. Here you are. Okay? I think this is backwards for you, so I'll try to do it backwards. Here you are, okay? You're in beach body, you're all slimmed down. Look at these abs, okay? There's little tiny abs here. And then this is where you want to be, okay? You're a little bit, if this was me, I'd just be a little bit taller, okay? You are on this journey. You're like, yay! Okay, point B. What do you want to be at point B? I'm going to assume point B, you want more energy. Okay, just raise your hand. You want more energy. You want more time freedom. And what I mean by time freedom is you actually want to feel like you have more time, right? You want more financial freedom. Doesn't necessarily mean more money in the bank. I've seen this over and over again. Just because some people make more money doesn't necessarily mean it's more money in the, like more physical money in the bank, doesn't mean it's freedom. So you want that emotional financial freedom, correct? The space, presence. All right, we got it. We all want the same thing. Probably looks a little bit different, but we all want the same thing. So here you are. You're like, yes, I know what I want. Point A. And then you start walking this path thinking that it looks like this. Okay? But in reality, it looks like this. Okay? It's awful. And then throw some COVID in there. It's just a shit show. Okay? But really what it is they're all these blocks. Okay? So tell me what some of your blocks are, and I'm seriously not going to judge anybody. I will tell you what some of my blocks have been in the past. Money stories, like my personal money stories. If I spend on myself, if I invest in myself, I'm taking away from other people. What if I fail? Fear of success. Fear of losing people. If I become too successful, if I look too good, if I am too much of whatever, like people are going to leave me. What else? Time. Not enough time. Okay? Like all of these blocks. So what happens is we look at people that are where we want to be. We look at people over here, and for whatever reason, the brain thinks it was just this like easy line for them. But truly, authentically, what it was is they just simply were consistent with their action. They invested in themselves, meaning they got support, got the help they needed to get out of their way as quick as possible, and they just kept moving forward. They too had their up days and down days, but they were committed to the process. Like they had a conviction to get to point B. And this doesn't necessarily mean in building a business. This could be in like your health goals, anything. All right. Judgment of others is a huge one. I'm seeing you guys write that down. Fear of the unknown. In general, it's going to be fear of something. We're going to talk about that in a second. So this is what I see people do. They're like, they'll get here and then they get scared and then they run back, right? So they'll go out a little bit. It's like you go out into the woods and fear of judgment. Oh crap, somebody made a comment, and then you hide back in your den, right? And then you just come back out, you hide back out. And then you can see you never get over to point B. And then somebody, I know a few of you, vomit, shit your pants, invest, and then you bust through some blocks, and then you're like here, and it's like, oh my gosh, and then you strengthen your courage muscle, okay? You keep going, okay? Do you understand my point? We always have blocks that we need to work through, always, every single day. So just like, what would you do if somebody told you they bought a Beachbody program from you, or they did like, I don't know, one of the 6-week, 30-day programs, and then they just stopped. We see this all the time, right? What happens? They see results, they see momentum, and then they just drop off. And then they're like, why do I feel like shit again? Why is my life the exact same way? The reason why is because there's no consistency and they're not willing to bust through that block. So you all know that you have to be consistent with your workouts. So you also have to be consistent with your mental workout. All right? Does that make sense? You have physical health. You have to physically work out. You have to, you need to eat nutrition consistently if you have nutritional goals. Oh my gosh. So why don't we think we need to do that to our mind? How come? Not being able to control my schedule. All right, that's a good one. We need to start there. Belief, stories, action, reality. Belief, stories, action, and reality. If you were at Megan's retreat, I've done this with you. If you follow me, I talk about it all the time. It's just like working out, and you can see the B. All right, let's use time as an example. So what's the current reality? And we're going to take this circle to the next level. Current reality with time, not feeling like you have enough time. So no time. But in reality, can we just be honest that it's not that you don't have time, it's a feeling. Do you get that? So it's a feeling, okay? So it's a feeling. I want you to understand that it's a feeling, it's not a fact. Truly just a feeling. It's a feeling. It's a feeling. Now we're going to reverse engineer this. Okay, no time to what? Build the business? Megan, tell me a common belief.
Yeah, not enough time to do the business building activities.
Okay, not enough time to do the business building activities, but you have enough time to hang out on this call for an hour, FYI.
Yes.
Just calling you out on that.
It's not actually, that's not one of my beliefs.
I know. No, I know. I'm just telling everybody else.
Okay.
We have enough time to consume information, but we don't have enough time to implement information because it's uncomfortable. Because it's uncomfortable. So I'm just all about, let's just call you out right now, calling myself out too, okay? So also understand that an action can be an inaction. So, and we can get away with inaction. It is socially acceptable to get away with it. I get it. Oh yes, you work, you have children. Oh, it's COVID. Oh my gosh, homeschooling, whatever. Like so many good excuses, so many good excuses. So you don't take action. actually, what happens is between, oh, and then there's a story. So give me a really, really good story. Like my children are the worst kids ever. They just get in my way. Tell me a good story, a good thought process that you tell yourself about time. Yeah, my children don't sleep through the night. I can hear you. My children are now saying, we can hear you talking about us. I know, I'm not talking about you. Yes, you are. I know. All right. So tell me about time. Time with the business building, solo parenting, and my husband is deployed. Perfect example. Okay. So solo parenting, right? That can come with a lot of exhaustion. That can come with a lot of responsibility, but it still is possible. Do you have to be a super ninja with your time and your energy? 100%. If you want it, it's possible, and not necessarily from a place of just burn yourself out. You have to be wildly intentional with your time and energy. So now you're here solo parenting, right? You're like, oh, solo parenting, my husband's not home. Poor me. It's legit hard. But what if you were like that, like 1%? You're like, I'm going to show you what's possible. Boom. What's the action? You're like taking 20 minutes of business building a day. You can spend an hour here. You can take 20 minutes. You could do it. You know exactly the actions. Check, 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 check. Be consistent. Changing your reality. Changing your belief. If you believe you don't have time, you will do everything in your power to create the reality that you desire, which is, I don't have time, therefore I don't have to build this business. Because between belief, okay, so between story and action, this is where the feelings come in, okay? And this is where fear comes in. Fear of judgment, right? Between your story and your action. And then I've seen this in the past few days where people actually do take action to create the reality. And then this is like the courage zone. This is where you are literally rewiring and rewriting your story because you are breaking the cycle. Does everyone understand this? So I'll give you an example of my personal life. I'm like, I don't have time to work out. No, the truth is I just didn't want to work out. It wasn't a priority for me. And then I made it a priority. And I was like, okay, well, how am I going to break this cycle? I have an all or nothing mentality, which a lot of women do too. So instead of being like, okay, I need to work out 30 minutes a day, how about I work out 5 minutes a day? And then 6 minutes a day, and then 7 minutes a day, and work my way up. I had to break that pattern. It is not rocket science. It is consistency. People do not like that word. They don't like it. Nobody likes consistency. I am just trying to get 2 people who want to join. Like 2 people to want to join. But here's the thing, we also have, when we have attachment to people joining, they won't join. When we just become ourselves and freely raise our energetic vibration, literally, mentally, raise our energetic vibration on how we feel in our belief system, people will start knocking on your door and saying, tell me more, tell me more. But as you do that, people will also start knocking on your door and saying, I don't like you. I don't like you. You trigger me. Or they'll just stop talking to you. Show up as if you already have those 2 people on your team. What would that look like? Who do you need to become in order to show up like that? So let's talk about, I think I have it here. I always talk about emotional guidance scale. I want to do a little visualization with everybody. Let's see. Megan, I don't know if I can share a screen because this was your...
Yeah,
I can.
Yeah, I actually did change the settings just in case you needed to, but I didn't know if it would work.
Perfect. Okay. Right now in this moment, what number are you? Just post in the chat. How are you feeling? Or when it comes to fitness, team building, whether you're here for team building, whether you're here for fitness, just what number are you? How do you feel about it? Perfect. All right. 6, 7, 3, 4, 6, 3, 11. Thank you for your honesty. 6, 7, 6, 11, and 12. Perfect. Okay. 8. Awesome. So there's no shame in this. I'm just going to be radically honest with you. We are human beings having this emotional experience. You could definitely go check this out, but I'm a huge fan of Abraham Hicks. This is from the book Ask and It Is Given. It's really about law of attraction. I used to think that this stuff was woo-woo and like I didn't understand it. But here's the thing. Like attracts like. So and you actually don't need to overthink this. You do not need to overthink like attracts like. It's just becoming the person that you most desire to attract. And I always say, become the person that you most desire your children to be. So I'm going to give you a very concrete example. I woke up at 5:30 this morning. I woke up at 5 this morning. I was at the gym at 5:30. I went with a friend and she said to me, let's go to the gym. And I was like, 19. Hatred and rage. I was like, do not tell me to go to the gym. No, I'm not going. I'm not going. And I was like mad and angry and defensive. This was last night. And I was like, but why? Why? Why did I just dip down? I know that if I want to attract good things, I need to bring myself back up. So it's like, I'm so grateful that I'm surrounding myself with women who are holding me accountable to this. I am so grateful that I have an opportunity to get into a car and that my local gym is open and that we're not stuck in isolation anymore. I am so grateful that I am healthy enough to leave my house. And I started to turn my energy, my mental energy around. Okay. So it kept going up and up and up and up. And then once I got there, I got to a place around a 6, the hopefulness. And then the courage zone was actually doing the work, right? So I kind of went back down again. I was like, I hate this. I was like at a 10 during my workout. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. And then after I shot up to about a 3. You have to be between a 1 and 7, but you will dip down. But the point is not about the action steps that you take of like, check, check, check. So when you're if you're an 11, a 12, like if you're down here in a state of fear, grief, depression, despair, powerlessness, insecurity, guilt, unworthiness, these are normal. And I hear this a lot from people. But if you have a belief down here around building a business, around money, around time, around energy, and you're defending it, you're like, do not take this away from me. I need to keep it because if I let it go, I'm actually going to be successful or somebody might judge me. Does this make sense to people? You start to defend your anger. You start to defend your guilt. You start to defend your overwhelm. And it's like, I can help you. Come over here. Nope, nope, nope. I'm going to use all my excuses on you. It's like, okay. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So just sitting there with curiosity for a moment. Close your eyes if you want to. You can turn your video off if it feels weird to you, but just close your eyes. Living your big, courageous life involves getting uncomfortable. Living your big, courageous, abundant, freedom-based lifestyle involves you going within and feeling your discomfort fully. Feeling that fear, feeling that overwhelm, feeling that guilt, and saying, why are you here? Why am I defending you? So literally asking, I want you to think, we're going to label it as fear. Everybody has fear, fear of judgment, fear of success, fear of failure. If you are a human, you have fear. There's no getting over it. It's going through it. Just inhale and exhale. And whether you can connect to it right now or not, I want you to ask it, fear, why are you here? And then ask your fear as if it was a small child. Fear, what do you need to feel safe to leave my body? What do you need to feel safe to leave my body? And just asking yourself those questions. And then you need to listen and act. And if you do nothing, but just simply take ownership for your actions or your inaction, you say, it's not about time. I'm scared. It's not about overwhelm. I'm hiding. It's not about my children, my husband. I'm lonely. And you honor whatever is inside of you. And then ask your body, ask the loneliness, ask the anger, ask the sadness, ask the fear, ask the guilt, ask the belief that you're not worthy. Why am I here? Why are you here? Feeling, why are you here? And it will tell you. And if you ask, what do I need to get to joy? What do I need to feel passion again? What do I need to feel rejuvenated? It might not be more exercise for a few days, but you need to listen to yourself. And then depend on the people around you. That is going to be a courageous action to say, I need help. Can you show me how to do this? Can you point me in the right direction? All right. Slowly opening your eyes. What is getting in the way from your point A to point B? Does anybody want a hot seat? Do you ever do hot seat coaching, Megan, or is that going to terrify them?
No, but I think it would be awesome if somebody wanted to volunteer.
I'll go right
I'll
on
totally
your...
volunteer. Or Shauna can. That's fine. Shauna can.
We'll probably have time for two. Go ahead.
I know it's totally my limiting beliefs and the fear of success and fear of unknown and fear of not feeling worthy of the success because of all the failures in my life or failures. And the fear of not enough, the fear of not enough of a lot of things like money, family support, all of those things.
Mm-hmm. All right. Can I go deeper with you?
Yeah.
Okay. Close your eyes. And if anyone else wants to do this as well, you're welcome to. And close your eyes and just feel the fear. How do you know it's there? Like, how do you know it exists? It exists.
Just from a lifetime of feeling it, I guess. It's just always bubbling, even though I'm trying so hard to break through it.
Mm-hmm. Where is it? Like, if you had to paint a picture, how do you know it's there? Like, if you were drawing your body, just visualize it for me. Like, does it show up in your chest? Where is it?
I feel it in my gut, I think, or something like that. I just feel like it's making me sick to my stomach or something.
Perfect. Yep, there's no right or wrong. So just bringing your energy and attention to your gut. And there's no right or wrong answer here. There's no logical answer. Just really trusting the first thought that comes to your mind. Bringing your energy and attention to the fear in your gut and say, and just ask it. You do not need to ask it out loud. Ask it with your eyes closed internally and say, fear, why are you here? And what's the first response you get?
I just feel, I think it's just telling me I feel it's, if I could just find the word. It's here because I feel rejection.
Okay.
And it goes back a long way.
Yeah, that's okay. So now you're going to ask it, all right, fear, I know you're here. You've been with me for a while. So whether it is showing up as rejection, but fear, what do you need to feel safe to leave my body? What is it saying or doing?
It says that need support and community.
Can you repeat that?
Sorry, I'm kind of on the verge of tears.
Go for it.
It's need support and team and community and loved ones.
Yeah. Awesome. So, Shauna, when I say support, team, community, tell me like what color or visual you get. It doesn't have to be like physical people, but like what does that represent?
As a color or as just in general?
Like a color, like if it's abstract, like what is community and team and support feel like to you? What color do you see? Is it a blanket? Is it fuzzy? Is it warm?
It's like a golden sun wrapping around me.
Awesome. So now you're going to bring the golden sun, wrap it around the fear. So just bring your energy and attention right there to the fear. And you're saying, okay, you're asking me for team, community, support, and just give it what it needs. We have lots of time, so just go there. Let me know what it's doing.
It feels calm and safe and welcome.
Mm.
It's like I can breathe.
Mm-hmm. And then just letting that, the color and the energy like go out to the other aspects of your body. And just tell me a few of the things besides the community and the support. What else was it that you wanted to create in your life? You can do this.
A sense of worth and security,
Mm-hmm.
a feeling of success.
Just bring that in. And then just thanking yourself, just, you know, you don't have to say it out loud, but just say thank you, thank you, thank you. Just being gentle. And when you feel ready, just slowly opening your eyes. Thank you. That took courage. How many people are over here and would not do that? So here's the thing. Everything that we want, we know what a desire is, right? We know what we want. We know what we desire. The thing that gets in the way is this. We all have those parts of ourselves that from the past that are in us, and it's like we're not living in the present. We're living in the past. Like, what if I fail again? I'm afraid to fail. I'm afraid to fail. Or, oh my gosh, if I'm successful, this means this. Like, whether it's conscious or subconscious, right? So when we look at it, and this is I talk about energetic time management, but this is often something that I do, and I started doing it like intuitively, naturally to myself. So I'm like, what is this? Like, why am I so afraid? And I started talking to myself, like, just like I walked you through, like, what do you need from me? Why are you here? Why are you here? Why are you here? Like, when I go to bed tonight, I may just close. Oh, look, I got someone coming in. I may go, what's up? Okay, I'm going to call. You can do whatever you want while I'm on the phone. Go. You want candy? Go eat candy. Just leave me alone. Okay. I don't even know. They know. You're on the computer. They're like, can I have your credit card? Like, it's like, what? No. Amazon purchases? No. I'm just kidding. They don't do that. Okay. Here's the thing. Oh, that's what I was going to say. When I go to bed today, I just check in with myself and I'm like, okay, how am I feeling? I'm like, I'm really tired. Logically, it's okay for me to be tired, right? Like, but I can tune in and go, why am I tired? And just talk to myself and tune in with my body. And I'm like, what do you need? And actually physically give my body what it needs. If it's like, you need rest. How many of you have ever laid down because you're so tired and you wake up, but you do not feel rested, right? We've all done that. It's because of this, the energy, right? So if you're like, okay, what do you need, body? What are you trying to tell me? And it might say, I actually need love. I need love. I need worthiness. I need community. I need support. And there you are hiding in your bed when really what your body is craving is connection, right? How many people hide? Like, I hear people all the time, they're like, I never feel like I fit in. I'm like, and you're the only person who never shows up to the group calls. Like, and I'm like, hey, where are you? Right? So when we have a story that we're unworthy, we literally manifest things in our lives to block us from taking the action that we need to manifest the life that we want. And when you can begin to understand how we block ourselves mentally, how we block ourselves emotionally, and be open to receiving, like Shauna, that was beautiful. You were like, I'll do it. Open to receiving that. The fact that you were open to receiving that and you could go in so quickly shows me that success is inevitable for you. Because I've done that with people and they just dodge that shit like it is a bullet. They're like, do not tell me what to feel. I'm going to go all around this. I'm like, come back, come back, come back. It's like trying to chase a squirrel or something. So you went in really quick in front of all these people. Like that's like, you're not a lost cause. You just need guidance. And then we get into this routine where we're like, I'm a smart, intelligent woman. I should know how to do this. Like, what is wrong with me? And we're physically, mentally, emotionally beating ourselves up. So then we're so exhausted from the verbal abuse that we just gave ourselves. No wonder why we're tired and we don't have the energy to do business building activities. So when we have a community, use it. But we have to courageously jump in and say, I'm stuck. And I'm going to start making shit happen and getting wildly uncomfortable. There's a quote by Brene Brown. She says, you can have courage and you can have comfort, but you can't have both. You can choose courage or you can choose comfort, but you can't have both. And every single time someone's like, I can't. I'm like, you're right. I'm not fighting that. That's like, when someone says, I can't, what I'm hearing is, stop, don't come closer. Don't do it. Don't, Even like my kids, I can't do my homework. I can't figure this out. They're literally just shut down. And part of it is because we've all been hurt and we're just trying to protect ourselves. It is actually a really healthy coping strategy because if you were wide open, you wouldn't survive. So these emotional coping strategies keep us safe, and we all have some form of trauma. So realizing that these coping strategies are safe, but then one day you're like, I don't need that anymore. I had a conversation with a woman today and she was talking about anxiety. And I did this activity with her and I said, write in your journal, like, why is it here? And she was like, I don't know who I am without my anxiety. I literally don't know who I am without it. And I'm like, can you visualize that? So understanding we're taking off these like cloaks of armor is terrifying. Terrifying. It takes a lot of courage. Okay. Courage, comfort. Muscle does not grow unless you're doing those reps. Pumping the iron just like this. Okay. Could you imagine? Oh my God, that's what I would look like. All right. Megan, doing a pulse check. How you feeling?
We're good. I'm feeling good.
Okay. What do you want me to talk about? Any ahas, any questions, any like OMGs? Post in the chat, unmute yourself.
Is there anybody that wants like a little hot seat?
I know for me, it's the fact that my knee is not good and I am an all out kind of person when it comes to my fitness and workouts. I want to be my best right now. I can't do what I really want to do and it makes me suffer mentally. I know that people look up to me for inspiration. I've been the fit girl, positive girl. I've been on a downward spiral mentally, but slowly crawling back out, share my journey. And I feel like this can make people think I won't show up and that I will not be there to help them and in return fear. So you are a good leader. Good leadership is just being honest and just moving forward. I would, one, if you haven't, check out Atomic Habits. The guy literally was like paralyzed. Wasn't that his story, Megan, or someone, if you've ever listened to Atomic Habits? James Clear.
Yes.
He had, read it again. You need it. Read it again and again and again and again and again until you brainwashed yourself. The change is possible. Joe Dispenza. Does everyone here listen to meditations? Joe Dispenza, exact same thing. Back injury. And he meditated and now he's on the other side of it. My point is, when we believe we're not a good leader, we tell ourselves those stories, we don't show up and we're not visible and we don't get the reality. But if we say, I'm just going to be like a 70% leader today and who effing cares because I'm doing this for myself, because I want to feel good because it's my goddamn birthright. You feel better. No, you don't. You feel like shit before you feel better. So you start getting up and you're like, I'm all out. I'm either in bed or I'm doing a 60-minute workout. What if you do 5 minutes tomorrow? 5 minutes a day for a walk. Just go for a walk. Get outside 5 minutes a day for 30 days in October, and that's your goal. You will 1,000% feel better, or your money back guaranteed from the money that you did not give me. My point is, failure only happens when you decide to quit. Like, your life is literally showing you this all or nothing thing isn't working for you anymore. It got you to this point in your life. It got you to push you through some severe shit that you've gone through. And now it will not take you to the next chapter. So you got to let that go. You have to let it go. I did that after chemo. 7 years ago, I was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. And after that was like, oh, I don't want to go there again. I don't want to like die. So I did everything in my power to not do that. But yet I started to work out. I got a trainer. And then of course I jumped into CrossFit and I wanted, I bought into this, like, I want to run away from disease. So what am I going to do? I'm going to kill my body. I'm going to overwork my body. I'm physically running away from my disease. And my body is saying, whoa, like, be gentle. We just went through a lot. Okay. We just like, stop, calm the fuck down, Heather. What are you doing? And I didn't want to listen to it. And every time I started to listen, it was like, go to the gym and show up 60% today, please. For the love, please, just not 100% today. Your 100% is like the average person's 200%. Can you just show up like 60% for me today? And so I started testing it and I was like, okay, just show up and then go home. Show up, push a little bit, and then go home. And I had to test the boundaries with myself. And so now when I show up and it's not perfect, I'm actually like, that's enough for me. That is totally enough for me. And it's showing, I'm seeing results. And I'm like, how can you work harder and get more? Because it's the mind that is overworking from some subconscious belief that you are a poo-poo person. So then you're overworking yourself and burning out. And there's this fine line. All right. You're doing a great job. Just listen to your body. Okay. That's a wrap. That is a wrap. So for those of you who are interested in, that maybe have been following me, if you're like, who is this girl? You can reach out to me if you want on Instagram. I actually would love that. If someone wants to tell me something, you can send me a DM on Instagram. It's at Heather Chauvin. It was at the top there. I can copy and paste it and put it at the bottom. Or the podcast, Bomb is in Control. I do have, how many of you are in here that are taking the Courageous Rewrite? Awesome. I see there's a few names. You can go to heatherchauvin.com/register if you are interested in the Courageous Rewrite. And what we're going to be doing is courageously rewriting the story that you want your life to look like. We're digging deeper into more of this, the subconscious work, the mindset stuff. and also teaching you my energetic time management process. And then we have 4 weeks together to master this process. So if you are interested, you can head on over there and register. And I think Megan has a promo code for you. Yesterday we had $500 off. And I did offer, I'm going to offer that to you ladies today as well. What did I say the promo code was? And it expires tomorrow night. And was it 2020 Courage? Okay. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't Courage 2020. So $500 off. Pay in full. There is a payment plan as well, but the 500 is just off pay in full. And that's it, ladies. I want to hear from you. Step into that discomfort, step into the unknown. And if your body is telling you something, you're like, I'm doing all the things right. You got to listen to the body. Just listen, talk to it.
Thank you, Heather. That was amazing. And I always just say to people, like, if you're frustrated with where you're at and how you feel in your life right now, even if it's not the business, if it's in your parenting, if it's in your relationships, if it's in like your mindset, if it's in the business, if you just keep doing the exact same things that you have been doing, you are not going to go anywhere. And that was like the point that I got to before I started working with Heather. Was I just knew that I didn't want to stay where I was. And so it like scared the shit out of me to take that jump and to like go through all of these blocks that I've had to go through, but I was just not willing to keep being where I was at. So just always ask yourself, like, am I willing to just get out of my own way? And when you can work through all those blocks that like keep coming up and actually never go away, things will change in every single area of your life. So definitely like tag Heather tonight in this call and send her a message, chat with her, check out this program. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me or Heather herself. I know a few of you guys have already registered for it. So you can even kind of chat with anybody who has questions. So thank you very much, Heather. I really appreciate it.
Yes. And just keep doing the work. It gets easier. And then it gets more terrifying again when you take the next leap.
Pretty much.
All right. I always leave people with a cliffhanger. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye, Heather.
Bye.